Was this the moment France sent a warning to the entire FIFA World Cup 2026? Because what we just witnessed wasn't just a win, it was control, it was domination. And once again, it was Kylian Mbappé stepping up when it mattered most. France 3, Sweden 0. But the scoreline doesn't even tell half the story. Let's break this down. From the first whistle, you could feel it. France weren't just attacking. They were surrounding Sweden. Wave after wave of pressure, possession constantly locked in midfield. Sweden barely had time to breathe. But credit where it's due, Sweden held their shape. For 45 minutes, they survived. And you started thinking, maybe France are going to struggle here. That thought didn't last long. Just when Sweden thought they had made it to halftime, boom, Kylian Mbappé. 45th minute, France 1-0 Sweden. And that is the absolute worst time to concede in football. Because now, Sweden don't get a reset. They don't get a break. They don't get relief. They walk into halftime broken mentally. And France, they walk in smiling. And you could feel it instantly in the second half. This wasn't a game anymore. This was survival for Sweden. Because France smelled blood. And when France smelled blood in a tournament like this, it's already over. Just 8 minutes into the second half, France strike again. Bradley Barcola, 2-0, and this is where the game completely collapses for Sweden, because now you're not chasing a draw. You're chasing miracles. France are moving the ball faster. Spaces are opening everywhere. Sweden are running without the ball, constantly one step behind. And that's the problem against elite teams. Once they get comfortable, they don't stop. At 2-0, you start seeing it. Sweden pushing higher, taking risks, leaving gaps. And against France? That is suicide. Because all it takes is one transition, one run, one mistake, and it's over. And of course, it had to be him again. Kylian Mbappé. 74th minute, 3-0, game, set, match. And that's not just a goal. That's a statement. 2 goals. Complete control, constant threat, zero mercy. This is what world-class players do in World Cup knockout games. They don't just perform. They end matches. And now look at the stats, because they tell the real story. France, 25 shots. Sweden, 8 shots. France, 13 on target. Sweden, 3. Possession, 61%, France. Pass accuracy, 91% France. This wasn't close. This wasn't competitive. This was dominance disguised as a football match. Here's what actually killed Sweden. It wasn't just Mbappé. It wasn't just finishing. It was control. France didn't rush. They didn't panic. They suffocated Sweden with possession until gaps appeared, then attacked with precision. And once the first goal came before halftime, the match was basically written. Sweden weren't bad. They were just trapped. Defending for 60 to 70% of the match against France is exhausting, and eventually, cracks appear. And France are the last team you want exploiting those cracks. No debate. Kylian Mbappé, 2 goals, constant threat, perfect timing. But more than that, he changed the entire emotional flow of the match. Because when Mbappé is like this, the game is never 0-0. It's always just a matter of time. France didn't just win this match, they controlled it from start to finish. And now the message is loud and clear. If you give them control, if you give them space, if you give them time, they will punish you. 3-0 France. And another step towards something bigger. So here's the question. After this performance, are France the strongest team in the FIFA World Cup 2026? Or is there still someone who can stop them? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, subscribe for more tactical football analysis just like this. Because this tournament is only getting started.